Hey, my friend. So, I just left Orlando. I'm headed to Miami now. The reason I wanted to make this little video, I think I will make this one separate video, and I'll hopefully keep it short, just to share a little story. And yeehaw! There's literally a yeehaw junction that I'm about to pass. Anyways, there was a moment, just a moment ago, I went to an Uber support office in Orlando. There's offices if you need help as an Uber driver. You can go ask them for something, and they'll help you in person. It's usually easier than over the phone. Basically, long story short, not to make it all long and dramatic, but basically I went there. There was a line of maybe 2 or 3 people. It's 93 degrees at the time. It's 91 now. It's hot. It's Florida. I don't have hair on my head, like I'm bald. I was standing in the sun. I'm on all black, basically in dark colors. And, the guy was helping someone else. So I just scooted over to the side where there was some shade. I mean, it was just hot, I didn't want to interrupt to ask for permission to go in the shade like I'm 4 years old from a human being that's just an employee of the same place I am. And so I didn't. So I just walked in, and a few minutes after he was helping the guy, he noticed that I had been there, and he just ripped into me immediately, like, get out of here, you can't come here, you can't, that just really was like brutal. And everyone around me was like, whoa, what's kind of going on? This is a little bit of a harsh reaction, right? Even the employees, they're like, boss, just give him a break, like let him just stand in the shade, it's really not a big deal. He's like, no, he has to get out of here, he can't come back here today. It's going off. I stared this man straight in his eyes as he's telling me I need to leave, and I just stood my ground. I just stood right there. And you know what? After I stared him in the eyes for a bit, he tried to hold some kind of stare down contest. By the end, man was shaking, bruv. Man was shaking. Physically shaking in his hands when he talking in his walkie-talkie, man. Because it's terrifying. What I'm telling you guys this is because if you're on this path, know your power. Know your power. I said, what happened to the soul of this nation? What happened to human beings? All the men around me hung their heads. The boss said, I don't care about that. Of course. I didn't curse him. I didn't spite him. I didn't try to belittle him and embarrass him. He saw my spirit. And of course, I gave him a reason to try to chop me at the knees because I ignored his little make-believe barrier, because, yeah, he had a boundary. I respect that. It wasn't a really clearly communicated boundary. And at the end of the day, he was standing under a tent. There was a whole tent, and I just wanted to be in the shade. And I stood on a public sidewalk under the tent. And people in this world, not just in the United States, have lost their way, guys. They lost their soul. They got compromised by this culture and this system. And that's what I'm talking about. How are we doing this to each other? How do we treat each other this way? It's done. We got to get ourselves together. So this secular culture, this degraded, godless, inhuman, sexualized, mechanical, material world, first of all, we know that's all BS. Science moved beyond the material plane 100 years ago. We got to wake up. We got to move in a new way. I already moved that way. That's why, man, I just said a prayer. I said, I'm sorry you're in that place, brother. And I looked around and said, can I shake a man's hand? And I shook one of the man's hands. And I left. I didn't spit on nobody or scream or nothing. Because I know where my power is. It's to keep it moving. Don't become broken like the world around us, guys. That's all I'm saying. So I'm just sharing this little story and this little energy because I love you guys. And I want you guys to know that these people want to break your soul and spirit. They hate you. There's demons in them that hate you. They don't actually hate you. This man doesn't hate me. There's no animosity. We forgive each other. It's already over. It's done. Forgiven. You go sleep well tonight. I go sleep well tonight. No harm, no foul. However, the learning lesson is that I can stand my ground. I have power in the truth if I just stand there. We're humans. It's hot. Let's be human. I'm trying to work a job. You too. We're just trying to get by on Earth, guys. That's what this channel is about, just being human. Humanity. We have lost our way. This society, this culture, this Americanized global culture lost its freaking way, guys. If you don't get that by now, you're probably not on this channel. So if you're on this channel, I love you, my brother, my sister. We gotta go. Oh, if the world is going off a cliff, what direction would you have to go not off the cliff? You can't just go like 4 or 5 degrees in the different direction. You have to do a 180. You have to cut ties with the bad way of being. And this modern culture wants to make us into drones of the freaking empire. And like, just think a little deeper when I'm saying Star Wars reference. If you're a drone of the empire of the Dark Lord, what are you serving? The Dark Lord. Meaning, yo, I want to serve God. I want to serve spirit. I want to serve humanity. I want to serve mankind. And you know what? The righteous men of this world are the persecuted, always. The more righteous you become, the more you speak kindness and divinity to people, the more they will try to break your spirit. And you know what? The more you'll realize that they can't, baby. They can't touch you. If you ride with God all the way, He's got you. But you have to be able and sturdy in His move, in His power, in His stance. When God comes in you and says, don't bow to this man, young man. Don't bow to this man. Don't bow to this government. Don't bow to Rome. Don't bow to Rome. It takes unwavering stamina. I've had this country, the state of California, come at me with about as much as it could. I was 16 and they tried to smush me. I mean, destroy my life and family with the criminal justice system. And I stood my ground all the way. They even locked me up, and they were wrong. And one day it was proven in civil court, and my legal fees were paid. Thank you. Because the system is exactly the opposite of justice and truth. We lost our way. This nation lost its way before we were around. If you're around my age, it's just the truth of it. So it's already a hot mess. Don't get involved in it. Don't get caught in it. That's my motto. That's my way of being. Just because I've seen it, I've been inside of it, and I love this country, but man, you guys, it's too dark to pretend anything otherwise. So my life is just truthful, and it's hard and painful and difficult, but it's worthwhile because at least I feel as though I reap the benefits of the fruits of my labor of relating with truth. I feel happier, even in the face of all this pain and all this nonsense and insult. I didn't ingest that. I didn't digest that. I didn't internalize that. That wasn't mine. That wasn't mine. If you can't let a man stand in the shade, that's not mine. I'll give you that back. You can walk home with that. And if I violated this man or triggered him, I apologize. If you ever see this, I apologize. I'll shake your hand. But man, we got to do better. And someone's got to start. Somewhere. This is my best. I love you. God bless America. Pray for this freaking nation and the way of humans. And for ourselves. And hopefully we become that, guys. That's what this channel is about. I hope I share that energy with you and support you in your own mission to become that. We gotta become that. It doesn't exist. I'm looking around for the real men thinking they are out there. If they were out there and we could find them, we would have found them. We ain't found them because we haven't become them. Tell people to F off. Speak the truth. Move to places that treat you better if you got options. If you don't got options, get options. If you got debt, get out of it. If you got pain and suffering and trauma in your life, me too! But get up! Just do it! Try! Fight for your soul, guys. Fight for your freaking lives. Fight for your spiritual integrity. Fight for your nation. Jesus! Fight for Jesus! Fight for freaking Jesus. Fight for freedom. Fight for what's right. Die for it. Who cares? Who wants to live in a freaking totalitarian crackhead world with Joe Biden watching over your shoulder all day? Not me. Who cares about this stupid material world? It's crap, guys. I've lived it. I've seen it. I've had money. I've had nothing. I've been on every plane of existence. It don't mean nothing. It's nice to have a car. It's nice. Thank you. It don't mean nothing. It's just nice. It's just convenient. That's all. I love you, my friend. But Christ over convenience. Spiritual health over convenience. And expediency. And politeness. And political correctness. Cancel me! I don't care! You can't cancel me in real life! I'm right here! And if I'm not right here, it's because they got me. And if they got me, I died a free man. And we all of our soul knows that. So who cares, guys? It's time to move on from being afraid of things and demons that are small in the face of God. Peace out. Much love, my friend.